Alright, there we are. How are you all doing, ladies? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is everything okay? I don't know. That'll be interesting to see, right? Jojo, whatever that psycho's name is. Jojo Fry, right? Hi, Teresa. Hi, Delvin. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Teresa. How you're doing? Oh, thank you. What the heck? Oh, wait. Thank you. It's raining, like it's been raining. I'm obviously not in my home environment, as you can see. So, thank you for confirming you can see and hear me. So, obviously, the lighting is different, and I have a little box of, I gotta show you. See this little, wait. This little box. That is actually a file box. Okay, so I put my computer on top of that to elevate it, so it would make a little bit better. Only hope it doesn't get superheated because it's that cardboard type of a file box, the usual. Anywho, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, we got that. So, oh, I didn't know. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool, Deb. That's good news. But we'll talk about that later because I have made some progress in terms of getting a little bit more information. Have I got a chance to actually go? Y'all, seriously, I'm going bald. Yeah, squirrel. Oh my God, I brushed my hair. Wait, what is the time for me now? It is now 5:02 a.m. So basically last night I slept, this is 5:02 a.m. on Saturday morning, right? I basically had about 2.5 hours of sleep. So, and it's been raining all of yesterday. It's been pouring crazy now. So, anyhow. Yeah, that's the sad thing, Deb. That's the sad thing. Maybe it's better to order, right? I'm going to see if I can order some myself and keep backup. So, and be careful about the terms you're using because I don't want anybody to cancel this because of those keywords, Deb. So I don't want anybody to cancel my channel because I'm using those words. So, anyhow. It's been a bit of a journey here in terms of the flight and everything, and this time the food was so bad. It was so bad. Anywho, y'all, so sorry I missed Wednesday because Wednesday I was actually in transit. There was no way I could have done a video. And I swear, year by year, I think the service in some airlines gets worse. And this time I did Air France, and the food was so bad. Usually the food is okay, kind of, They serve you a main course and a snack from Dallas to Charles de Gaulle, and from Charles de Gaulle to wherever my destination is. They again do the same. They do a main course, and it was so bad. I won't even get into it. So anywho. And that is considering I flew premium. Even then, the food is like really not worth the money or paying that much for, the seats were okay, but anyhow. So let's take a look, y'all. I know there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. I'm going to pull up my, let me see if I can get my, the planetary positions, because I didn't bring all my papers, the stuff that I like print and keep, right? Where the planets are, etc., etc. I don't. October, so internet better. Wait, did I even turn it on? Okay, good. Okay. I want the whole, okay, so we got some of it. So we know that Monday or Tuesday, am I correct, is when, let's take a look. Monday is going to be the 13th. Monday or Tuesday is when they're going to supposedly do the exchange, right? We don't know. So we just had a full moon, right, on October 6th. Remember, it was in Aries. And then, what else? October 6th, Mercury enters Scorpio. Then we have, on the 13th of October, Venus enters Libra. And on the 13th, Pluto turns direct in Aquarius. Then on the 21st, there's a new moon in Libra. On the 22nd, Neptune retrograde enters Pisces. And on the 22nd, Sun enters Scorpio. On the 23rd, Jupiter squares Chiron. And on the 29th, Mercury enters Sagittarius. So that's just in ingress. So that's just a little bit of, planetary whatever, right? So let's take a look and see what's going on in terms of this drama with. I'm not going to pull up the chart for Israel and Hamas, Gaza and the leaders and all. I'm just going to go straight into, because all of that paperwork, like the dates and times and all, I'm not going to do it. We'll just do it straight up and then we can go into questions. So let's see. All right, so. Lighting is a little bit better, no? I haven't changed anything here. Libra, first card out is Libra. What did I say was in Libra? I just said something was in Libra, right? New moon on October 21st in Libra. Venus enters Libra on the 13th. Interesting. So, then we have Mercury. And then we have Pisces. Okay, so I said something about Mercury too, didn't I? So let me see. Mercury enters Scorpio on the 6th. All right, so we already have these guys popping up and showing their true colors. So Libra, Mercury, and Pisces. Okay. I think Netanyahu's. I have his date of birth. Hang on one second. Let me pull that up. I think I have Netanyahu's date of birth. Hang on one second. Well, do you all remember I had done that reading one time of all of those key players in the Israel-Gaza drama, and even in Iraq, and Iran, the leaders and their charts and who's going to get kicked off, who's going to. You remember that? Hang on one second. I'm all over the map. Come on, Netanyahu, Bibi, you're here. There we go. So, guess what, y'all? Bibi Netanyahu was born on 21st of October 1949. He's a sun in Libra, go figure, moon in Libra, Mercury in Libra, and Venus in Sagittarius. Y'all, this is like, he's got excellent timing. And Mercury into Sagittarius. Bibi Netanyahu, he's got excellent timing, right? You all remember that video I did, right? Go back and watch that video. Well, welcome to technology, Delvin. At least you have a PlayStation. I don't even. Of course, I had, for my kids. But so in that head, I had broken down. I'm not 20. Hi, Sherilyn. I had broken down the, remember I had said there were a couple of those Hamas leaders that were going to get bumped off, and the order at which they were going to get bumped off, and it all happened. It was all like, I just kind of, raised my collar and pat myself on my back. It all came about. So now this is very interesting because Bibi is a Libran. I think this is an excellent time for him. So let's break it down even further. We have the High Priestess, okay? We have the Emperor, and then we have Temperance. Okay, excellent. So let me arrange this. My God, can you imagine? Like on his birthday is on the 21st, and on the 21st is when we have a new moon. That is freaking something else. New moon on October 21st in Libra. Go figure that. And Venus enters Libra on the 13th. Isn't that Tuesday? Isn't that when they're saying that all this thing is going to kind of, going to kind of supposedly the exchange happen, right? So, where's the Pisces? Okay. Excellent time for Netanyahu. Having said that, now when we take a look at how, bear with me, I'm just flipping between my online, so let's take a look and see with this Mercury, okay? Mercury enters Scorpio on the 6th of October, so wow, look at that. This is an excellent time for him, okay? And he definitely has the ability to convince people through his speech in terms of what is it? Okay, whether we support Israel or Gaza, let's leave all that behind, okay? We are not getting into all of that stuff, okay? Bibi Netanyahu has the ability, always had the ability to convince people through speech. I mean, and the balanced approach he takes in life, right? I mean, Librans always try to play very even keel, they try to be neutral. Of course, if you look at his actions, people are going to say he's hardly been neutral. I mean, he's been very aggressive and volatile depending on which side of the aisle you sit on. But his approach from the very beginning, if you go back and you look at any of his interviews in his younger days when he was in his mid-20s or whatever, whenever he started his career, from the very beginning, you have to hand it to this man, okay? You got to give credit where credit is due. He has stuck to the same agenda, the same story. All he wants is total freedom and bring Israel back to its glory, and what belongs to Israel needs to be given back to Israel. He has never wavered, he has never faltered on that, okay? So, you know, you got to give him credit for sticking to his agenda. He hasn't gone back and forth and changed his mind and say, oh, now we'll give it away, and no, now we bond it back. That kind of thing he has never done. So, with Libra popping up over here, right, as we know, Libra is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th house. What is the 7th house? Libra is the 7th zodiac, right? It's all about partnerships, it's all about, you know, contractual relationships, it's all about, let me just move this over a little bit, it's all about contractual relationships, success and failure of partnerships, etc. And right on that he has the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is Moon. It talks about trusting your intuition, it talks about having the ability to not jump to conclusions, but to be able to via your intuition, to have the ability to see through any smoke screens, etc. But there is also something over here that is hidden. Now let's take a look and say what is hidden over here. I do believe at the end of the day, with regards to this upcoming situation, that Netanyahu is very well aware of the fact that it is not going to go the way Hamas has promised that it will. Like he may have been pushed to agree to this. He's like, fine, I'll give it one more chance, and that's his agenda, which is fair actually. He's like, every time somebody says let's strive for peace, every single time I'm going to say, okay, let's strive for peace. So that, you know, at the end of the day, at some point, like, it's really not going to work because Hamas has no intentions of following through on that. And then he'll be like, okay, now let's just blow it all out of, you know, the water. Before I go any further, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations, my opinions, and allegedly do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. So I would say Netanyahu has got a great, his time is really going to be pretty good. Like, it's already started, so good for him until 2026. Moving on, we have Mercury, which we know is communication. Mercury is again the ruler of Gemini and the ruler of Virgo, and then it's sitting on the Emperor card. And who is the Emperor card is Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is all about war and aggression and etc. etc. So hence, obviously there is a lot of effort in communication right now in trying to resolve the situation before going into full out, all out war all over again. So the attempt is genuine, okay, from Netanyahu's side, and assuming it is genuine from the Hamas side. But hi Joy, how are you? But I don't think Hamas is going, and I'm not being biased, you watch the cards that play out. This attempt is, okay, let's get on with it, let's get on with it, let's try one more time, let's try one more time, let's try and keep the peace, let's try communicating so as not to get into this whole drama as far as, you know, war and all that stuff is concerned, and again, aggression. Let's try to talk before aggression. But I will tell you, Netanyahu's patience is running thin. Then we have Pisces and the Temperance card. So what is Pisces? Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Pisces is also ruled by Neptune. And the Temperance is a Sagittarius card which is ruled by Jupiter. So that comes into play over here, I'll tell you. Where? Because his Venus is in Sagittarius, okay? And I'll tell you how that's important. His Venus is in Sagittarius and Mercury enters Sagittarius on the 29th of October, and his birthday is on the 21st of October, and on the 21st is a new moon in Libra. Go figure, right? What a perfectly opportune time for him. So Neptune is what is going to bungle up situation here, because Pisces is about water. Neptune talks about confusion, illusion, and dreams, right? So with the Temperance over here, I think a great effort is being made to try and resolve or lift the veil of any confusion or illusions. And he is being as transparent as he can be. The question is Hamas going to reciprocate? That's the issue. And I doubt Hamas will. I doubt Hamas is going to reciprocate as far as that is concerned. Like, oh, you're being so transparent, guess what? We'll also be transparent. I don't quite think so. So let's take a look. Last time I was visiting here, I had left some cards behind. I'm so glad I forgot. I had left about 3 or 4 decks behind. And I didn't even miss them back home. So I left this one behind. Then I left this one behind. It still has the, this one behind. I forgot I had this one out of sight, out of mind, and I had this one behind, which is not bad. So I brought another 3 or 4 decks with me, but it's very interesting, y'all, how timing, divine timing, and how the stars play out. People will say time and time again, astrology and tarot is humbug or whatever. But if you look at this, what are the odds? Just think about it for a second, right? Did anybody even stop to think, oh, let's look at the astrology chart and then let's go and plan the ceasefire or exchange of prisoners on these so-and-so dates, only because, what's his face's name, Netanyahu's birthday is coming up and all that. I don't think, at that level of politics they do that. The only person who was so into astrology was Nancy Reagan. Other than that, I don't think any of the Western country, Western hemisphere, they are into that much of astrology and all that. Asia, they're a little bit more because that's more cultural for them, right? So let's take a look. Show me what I need to see. Oh wow. 6 of Wands, success right off the bat. This guy. 4 of Cups. We'll start off with a bang and not that big of a bang later. What the heck? Oh, 9 of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay. Then 8 of Wands. Page of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me take up some more cards because here, let's go with this guy. The Hangman. It's going to be another one of the status quo situations, y'all. I'm telling you, I don't see Hamas, Knight of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Just trying to arrange the cards. Then we have the Magician. That's interesting. Then we have the Two of Cups. Okay, all right. So 10. It is 5:20 a.m. on Saturday morning for me. How about that? We have the Star. We take these two guys. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, see, it's all this posturing and all that drama. Okay, let's get on with it. So we start off with the Six of Wands. So yeah, there's a little bit of a victory for him over here. Sure, it's like, oh, okay, a little bit of a victory. But then Four of Cups. What is the Four of Cups showing? It's saying, there are going to be some surprises. There are definitely going to be some surprises. Netanyahu is not going to be always very well aware of the fact, and in his mind he thinks that as usual Hamas is going to play hooky and they are not going to deliver on what they promised. There are definitely going to be some surprises for him, and he's not going to be happy with what really transpires, the actual exchange. He's not going to be happy about it. Okay, his thing is, it's not enough. Okay. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is interesting over here because this Nine of Pentacles is, y'all, I don't need to creep anybody out, but I swear to God, well, I shouldn't be saying I swear to God. Well, that's inappropriate. Let me rephrase that. I've been sensing there's somebody watching, standing here and watching. I don't know who it is. So I don't want to freak myself out either. But I sense somebody standing behind me and watching, like over my shoulder and watching. So I only welcome positive, good energy. No evil energies around me have any permission to enter my space. So no negative energy has permission to enter my space. So I'm covered and protected. That's all I'm saying. It's kind of so obvious. The moment I sat in this chair and got all this set up, I was like, oh, okay, somebody's here with me. Anyway, so the Nine of Pentacles is telling me this decision, forced decision, if you will, to come to a peace, to come to an understanding, is very much tied to finances, okay? It's very much tied to the economy, the finances, the money, the business, the trade, etc. Now, whether it's a good thing for Hamas or whether it's a good thing for Israel, the financial ties, if you will, let's set this aside. But this has got everything to do with if you do this, this and this, then from the back end we will provide you more financing, more in terms of trades and this and that and all that stuff. So in a way his hand was forced to again try for another piece, and it's definitely showing up here. It may say that, okay, fine, I have the luxury and the liberty to go and be self-sufficient and do what, when I say I mean him and Israel, to do what I need to do, etc., etc. But it's still tied to something. There's still chains. It's almost like, you have agreement with somebody, it's like bonded, right, to somebody else in terms of you're forcing me to do this because of XYZ. There is also an element here of financial offering, financial support. I'm going to pull one card for that because I'm sensing that there is some, which deck shall I use? Let me use this deck. because not only is this, hey, you better toe the line because, or whatever kind of thing been given to Israel, it has also been said to Hamas, you better try and do this, because Hamas has also been promised some financial stability. Hamas, the leaders, whatever, for the Gaza or whatever, they've been promised some Palestinians, whatever, promised something from the back end in terms of financial support, in terms of funding, in terms of, aid, that sort of a thing. So, but see, that's not going to work out. It is not going to, they're not going to follow through on it, y'all. Even if they do a exchange of prisoners and this, that and the other, it's not going to be, they're not going to come through 100% like they said they would. There is some shenanigans going on. So even though something may have been promised to Hamas, that is going to be withheld, because I doubt if they're going to follow through on this. If they were to follow through 100% like they promised, they're not going to pull any shenanigans and not going to do any stupid shit and, stuff like that, then yeah, they will, but Moving on, then you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands, there's going to be quick information coming in that's going to kind of change the trajectory a little bit in terms of the plan, in terms of how to go about doing the exchange, etc., that sort of stuff. And it's a little bit stressful a situation because they have to be quick, they have to think on their feet, they have to, speedy action is required. They cannot afford to, they have to be, IDF has to be one step ahead or 10 steps ahead. News is going to come where it's this is not coming through the way it was supposed to, this is not coming through the way they had promised us. So what do we do now? We got to think, we have to hurry up and change tactics and change on the fly. Like in a question they talk about lead changes, right? While you are galloping, trotting, whatever. Flying lead changes they call it. So they have to literally do that, have the ability to do that. And then you have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is saying, all right, here we go. A new offer, a new communicate. Hi Gina, how are you? A new offer of communication, a new offer of trying to bring in an offer of peace, somebody trying to negotiate in the middle, and that's a Pisces card, and we had Pisces here all again. So there's going to be somebody else stepping in and saying, let's try and mitigate, de-stress, decompress this drama and try to kind of renegotiate and bring things back to where it is supposed to be. And then the Hangman, status quo. You go into status quo. But then again, the Hangman, right? The Hangman is Neptune. And what is Neptune? Neptune again talks about confusion, illusion, and dreams. There you go. With the Pisces thing. So it's same old situation, status quo. Then you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords talks about a lot of action taken on the fly, quick changes without emotions. Okay, emotions. Set aside the emotions. We are not going to worry about. How it's going to affect people. We are not going to worry about any of that. So we are just going to be brutal, ruthless, and have to make changes on the fly really quick, set aside the emotions and do what's best for us. And do you blame him? I don't know. Again, which side of the fence are you? Are you pro-Hamas? Are you pro-Israel? I don't know. We are all entitled to our opinions and our whatever. And then you end up getting into the Ace of Pentacles. There we go, back again with another offer. Now, what is this offer going to be? This offer is a new timeline is going to pop up, okay? They're going to offer a new timeline with new financial offers, treaties, aid, and we'll fund you this, we'll fund you that kind of stuff, again behind the scenes, is going to be made to keep the momentum going, even though they come to realize that the people who are supporting Israel, the people who are supporting Gaza, the mediators and the two parties and Israel, even though they come to realize this is ongoing, this is like enough is enough. The reason to keep this going, and as we all know, war is a profitable business, whether you believe it or not, it's a fact, okay? I'm not just pulling one, hi, I farted, how are you? It is a profitable business. So people, entities, businesses, countries, companies, conglomerates, these brokers, these dealers, they are all going to make money out of war, okay? It is what it is. Then you have the magician. So this is telling me that an attempt will be made by Israel to eliminate another very key figure as far as Hamas is concerned. They are going to try their very best to eliminate, okay, whoever the other individual is in Hamas leadership that needs to be eliminated per Israel. They are going to actually do that. And then you have the Two of Cups. Once that elimination occurs, there is going to be a new partnership with another individual that's going to be created, that's going to be sought after, that is going to be negotiated, pursued, developed, built, nurtured, etc. Unfortunately, that new partnership comes with its own little, you see this, they're tied at the feet, and the blood spilt at the bottom, you see this? This is going to come at its own risk, or let's say signed and sealed and delivered in blood type of thing, somebody's blood is in somebody's hands type of thing. This again, partnership is not going to be a long-lasting partnership. That's also a temporary thing, all right? Moving on, we have the Star card, we have the King of Pentacles, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Now the Star card is Aquarius, right? And Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. So here we go again, more sudden shocks, more sudden changes. Even though there is help, now you're going to see a little bit of shift in dynamics in terms of which country is supporting Israel and which country is supporting the Gaza people or Palestine. There's going to be a slight shift in terms of the focus of the source of help, okay? So that little drama is going to go on, and it's not going to go down very well because look, it's all about the money, okay? Because that again is tied to finances. It's tied to, and when I talk about finances, I'm not talking about getting a loan from the bank. You think about it, trillions of dollars, be it in terms of support as far as weaponry is concerned, yada yada, or trade or whatever. There's going to be a change in that dynamic, that support, the partnerships, etc., etc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 7 key people, 7 key countries, 7 key heads of state. And the King of Pentacles, after that, after the Aquarius card, the King of Pentacles popping up is telling me he now has to start focusing on the economic condition or state of Israel in and unto itself, because he's going to see a slight shift, okay, in terms of the support he's getting, and he's like, no, we have to go back to the drawing board and continue to work on the economy of Israel, the safety, security, and economy of the country of Israel. So let's take one more card. All right. From here. Page of Cups. There we go, back to that Page of Cups. See, again, somebody is going to try to renegotiate, mediate, to bring another emotional offer. What are these people playing at? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to say enough is enough. Let's get on with it. I mean, how long have you been going on? October 7th, like what is it? Third year now since this whole drama broke out in Israel. Hamas's first attack. Is it 2 years or 3 years? I want to say 3 years, correct? October 7th, right? It's been 3 years. Let me check. Okay, not now. When did Hamas attack Israel? Let me see, when was it? Stay signed out. Not 1989, okay, let's not go back. October 7, 2023. Yeah, 2 years. So it's like enough, let's stop with this bull crap and let's just, either, shit or get off the pot, right? I mean, what can I say, y'all? I mean, it's very annoying when it's so, how shall I say? Why is it annoying? Even though, not everybody is from Israel, not everybody is from Gaza, whatever, the fact that every single person who watches the news and wakes up and turns on the news, you're constantly being bombarded about this drama, and the Ukraine stuff, and it's like never-ending stress for people beyond Israel and Gaza, right? I mean, globally, the amount of stress it causes. So it's enough. It's how much can people take, directly and indirectly. A lot more people are affected. So that's one thing. And there's another thing I wanted to point out, y'all. If y'all remember the readings I did, and I have to kind of toot my own horn. Heck, I'm not going to be like. I've always, for the most part, been fairly modest, I could say, in terms of I told you so, but I figured I better start tooting my own horn because nobody's doing it, right? If you go back and watch my recent videos or whatever videos, I had posted about all the earthquakes and this and that. Did you see the 7.4 or 7.4 or 5 in, was it Thailand or Philippines? Happened yesterday. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So, earthquake. Oh, it was pretty bad. Let me see. Earthquake in Philippines. 7.6. 7.6 in Mindanao, Philippines. It's all, and I'm just going to show it to y'all. Okay, and that's scary. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I think it's a bit scary, right? So let's continue with this and let's figure out some more drama. Now let's look at what's going on for the Hamas side, right? Let's see. Okay, let's see. We did that for Bibi's side. Now we do this for the Hamas side, and then we figure it. Hamas. What are they all about? Shuffle, 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 baby. Libra again. Ooh, look at that. And then Scorpio. Oh my God. Y'all, are you kidding me? And then you have Aquarius. Good Lord. This is like some stuff, y'all. I mean, you can't... you can't make up this stuff. It's like, whoopsie. We have the Emperor. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Didn't we get the Wheel of Fortune earlier? Yeah. No, we got not the Wheel of Fortune, we got the Temperance card. And Wheel of Fortune, by the way, is also a Sagittarius card, a Jupiter card. And we did get the Star card. And here we go, Star card again. Okay? Man, I'm telling you, y'all, these cards don't lie. It's so interesting how they play out. Alright. Now let's do this. Let me get... Thank you, Gina. Hi, Susan. Another one beneath South America. Oh, I didn't see that one, Susan. Thank you for keeping us informed. Let's show me about the Hamas side. Ace of Swords, okay. We have the Seven of Swords. Wow, I take these cards. They were Queen of Swords. Good Lord. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3. Then we have the Two of Wands. Wow. This one is the King of Pentacles. He popped up earlier too, right? How interesting, how interesting. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Hamas is playing with fire. Then we have the King of Cups. Then we have this guy popped up earlier, the Two of Cups. Then we have the Seven of Wands. Is that one card? Yeah, that's one card. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Then we have the 13, the Death card. And then we have the Queen of Wands. It's very interesting how much energy is popped up here for these guys. So for the Hamas side, they too have Libra, they have the Emperor, then they have the Scorpio, and then they have the Wheel of Fortune, Aquarius, and the Star card. So again, I think they may be sitting under a false pretense or false hope of, what's the word? False sense of bravado. But they have to be very careful moving forward how they manage, how they come up with peacekeeping strategies or negotiations or talks. I think they have got to be very, very careful because it is not looking very favorable for Hamas. Actually, it looks like they are in a situation where they are subservient to, answerable to Israel. Then you have Scorpio and then the Wheel of Fortune. So if Bibi is a Libra, Scorpio is the second house. So the second house, let's talk about, negotiable assets, the self-control, your possessions, your ability to create wealth, etc., which could also mean the land part of it, right? So there is definitely Hamas, Wheel of Fortune, there is definitely going to be a change in terms of the land mass, the dynamics of, or the boundaries of Gaza. There is shift of energy, shift of power, very much so. Then they have Aquarius, and then they have the Star card. Star card is an Aquarius card. It's ruled by Saturn and Uranus. And Aquarius is the 11th star in the zodiac. What is 11? 11 talks about like-minded people, groups and friends, gains from profession. It also talks about enemies. It talks about profit from trade, acquiring funding, etc. Hamas is going to be funded. They will still be funded. They'll be funded by, unfortunately, when I say Hamas is going to be funded, I mean the warring Hamas, right? The people who do all this drama, like where are they getting the money from for their weapons and this and that. They are going to continue to have help on that. Hamas is not about to die down anytime soon. Even if Bibi takes Gaza back or whatever, however that plays out, Hamas, you're not going to see the last of Hamas just yet. But is their demise coming? Yes, it is. Then you have the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Hamas is in a situation where they really, really have to think very strategically, Oh, Gina, thank you so much for your kindness. I do appreciate that. Thank you so very much. I so appreciate you. Thank you for your generosity. they have to really be very, very clear in their thinking and their thought process. The problem is Hamas has got blinders on, okay? They have just one single agenda. One single agenda. They are not willing to see unbiased what truly is happening, what they're causing. Their agenda is power and control. And they're very clear about that. They do not want to give up their power and control, even if they do so temporarily with the Gaza Strip. Again, thank you so much, Gina. Even if they do so with the Gaza Strip, they are not going to give up their power as in completely die down and say, okay, we are just going to dissolve our organization and stuff. They are not going to do that. Seven of Swords is saying there is going to be betrayal. There is going to be by Hamas. They are definitely going to betray. They are not going to keep their word to the T. They are definitely not. And there is definitely betrayal. They are not going to, they are playing games. Then you have the Queen of Swords. So in terms of being self-sufficient and having the ability to bring that balance to their organization, look, they are going to be ruthless moving forward within their organization itself. There's a lot of infighting and a lot of drama. Let that be known. Two of Pentacles. Now with the Two of Pentacles, it says, yes, you have a lot of choices, a lot of decisions, a lot of options, opportunities. You have to make a decision. Are they going to make a decision? Look, for Hamas, they are going to start looking towards their countries, if there are any countries left, that are so hardcore Islam. They're going to start looking towards pitching a new image in terms of, not that they aren't already, they're all about Islam and Sharia law, whatever the heck, right? They're all about that. They're going to double down on that, and they're going to start looking towards certain Muslim countries for the support. Whether they get that or not, no. They're almost going to be dancing to the tune of their religion, if you will. Then you have the Two of Wands. Now, this is very interesting, the Two of Wands. See, they went from Two of Pentacles to Two of Wands. They're going to take action because it's a question of, fine, we'll get out of Gaza, we'll let go of Gaza, but then we need to move to somewhere else for our base, right? So they're thinking about moving to another, obviously Islam country, and moving their base somewhere else. So they are going to follow through with action, okay? Even if they give up Gaza, they will move base to somewhere else. Then you have the King of Pentacles pop up again. Now, this is a person, a leader who is has the ability to think strategically, thinks on a global level, is able to make decisions based on that global level. And what about that leader? That leader is now going to offer financial support to Hamas. It's a game of chess, okay? So, like I said, the power is shifting, right? Earlier, by the people, we've seen that too, to a certain extent. The countries that are pro-Israel and are against Israel, right? We've seen a slow shift. So these people are going to start playing a game of chess with this other leader, the other person who has the ability, who has the international, who has the weight and the power to create change on an international level. Unfortunately, it's not necessarily going to work out in favor of Hamas. It's all temporary. Then you have the King of Cups. How interesting. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the King of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords, and somewhere here, I think I said we have, the Queen of Wands as well. So, it's going to be a bit of an emotional, you're going to see a lot more lives lost. You're going to see a lot more casualties. Unfortunately, a lot more of innocent people, a lot more casualties and stuff. And I don't think Hamas really gives a flip about it. I don't think they do. Then you get back to this Two of Cups. Again, partnerships with shifting base to a different country and more focus on the religion and creating partnerships. But again, this is partnerships tied in blood. If it's partnerships that are created out of loss of life, out of loss of blood. So this is a very weird situation, y'all. I mean, I don't think those guys are going to just, the end of Hamas will come through, but will come to be, but not just at the moment. Even though they may give up, even if they give up occupied Gaza, they're going to move base somewhere else. So, and then you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands here is telling me, look, they are going to again have to start protecting their sources, their funding. Hamas is very well funded, right? I mean, think about all the weapons they have and etc. Who's funding them? Who's funding them? Again, war is big business. People who are selling them weaponry and all of that stuff, you know, they are making money, right? Commissions, profits are made. Nobody, war is not, they are not selling all those ammunitions and all that, whatever, for cost price. They're selling it at a profit. So, Hamas is going to have to protect itself to a certain extent because they're going to have another new, what's the word? Cropping up of another faction that's going to compete with Hamas. And this could also have to do with the leadership, okay? There could be competition within the leadership of Hamas because remember I said Netanyahu is going to take out another leader, right? So that's going on. Then we have the Nine of Cups. So Nine of Cups is telling me that, yeah, at the end of the day, you know, wishes coming true, this, that, and the other. Wishes coming true for what? If it's not going to be Gaza, it's going to be somewhere else. So shifting bases on the cards. And then you have the Death card followed by the Queen of Wands. So Death card talks about change, rebirth, transformation, and ending. So I do believe there's going to be a substantial change, transformation, even a certain ending of a particular leadership. And Hamas is at risk to being crushed out or eliminated from Gaza. Okay? And then, oh, is the sun coming up? No, not yet. And then you have the Queen of Wands. Whoever the new leader is who's going to take up, you know, for Hamas, they are going to have a little bit more confidence, a little bit more energy, a little bit more aggressive, unfortunately, than the previous leadership. I mean, they're going to step it up, y'all. Unfortunately, they're going to step it up. It may not necessarily be in that location. If they move base, I hate to say this, y'all, but I don't think Hamas is going to die just yet, if you know what I mean. They will ultimately be eliminated, but the sad part is even if Hamas is eliminated, like the way Al-Qaeda was or whatever, there's another faction that's going to go. They're like weeds growing up, so. What is the time? Oh. Probably within another 15 minutes I'm going to have to end this. So that's that. Do you all have any questions with regards to this thing? Unfortunately, it's not, people might have been thinking, oh well, you know, it's going to be good and they're really going to go through. I doubt. Let me just put this away. I had forgotten I had left these decks here. I'm probably going to leave them here again. So, here we go. All right. Very, very sad. Very sad. You know, the sad part is the people of Gaza are victims of Hamas themselves. I mean, if you really look at it, you know, look at it unbiased, you know. Don't go by what the news is telling you and all that stuff. Do your own research, like I say every time. You know, these are just my observations and my opinions. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. Come on, buddy, why are you doing that? People in Gaza are 100% victims of Hamas themselves. So, and it's always the case, y'all. I mean, the innocent people are the ones who This is giving me trouble. Why are you not getting in there, buddy? Whatever. Okay. So, very sad, isn't it? Let me see if I can. There we go. Why was it giving me so much of trouble? Good Lord. Alright. I'm going to pick up another deck. Yeah, innocent people on both sides, very true. And that's casualty of war, right? I mean, that's what war is. Do you all have any questions about this, y'all? I'm sorry, I mean, I'll have to shut it down because I have somebody actually coming in very early in the morning and probably within another not even, what's the time? Yeah, another 15 minutes the doorbell's going to ring and then my day starts, so. This still smells new. Show me what else I need to see about the place on Tuesday. Exchange of prisoners. Deception. That's what I see. Ten of Pentacles. Daughter of Wands. Ten of Cups. The Lover's card. See, the Lover's card is, Gemini, right? The Two of Cups has popped up a couple times here, hasn't it? Father of Cups. We have Ace of Cups. Wow. No, y'all, this is not looking very good. And then you have Mother of Cups. Yeah, okay. We get one other card out from this. And we have the Ten of Wands. No, it's not looking. See, look at the idiosyncrasies. I should say the repetitions. We have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Cups, we have the Ten of Wands. The only thing that hasn't popped up is Ten of Swords. Then we have the Father of Cups, the Mother of Cups, or the King and Queen of Cups. We have the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups. We have the Lover's card, which talks about duality, and we've got the Daughter of Wands. Look, wish fulfillment is going to happen only to one particular faction of this whole drama. There's going to be more money that needs to be spent in terms of, the legacy that's going to be left behind from this particular situation, from this particular attempt at peacekeeping and exchanging, it's a bit difficult to say that it's going to be 100% satisfactory because duality is going to pop up here. See, yes, Ten of Pentacles, yes, the Daughter of Wands, and yes, we have the Ten of Cups. So there is a high expectation and an attempt to carry out that is definitely happening, but the level of emotional discomfort versus emotional happiness is very, very close, right? Because the Lover's card is showing duality, and the Lover's card is Gemini. Gemini is Mercury, again, as we know, communication, and it talks about duality, partnerships, choices, right? Yeah. It's flip-flop. Then again, after that we have the Two of Cups. And what does the Two of Cups talk about? It talks about partnerships, etc. And then after that we have the King of Cups, and then Ace of Cups, and then the Queen of Cups. So the shift in terms of energies, the power shift is definitely going to occur. There's going to be, what's going on? There's going to be a shift in terms of energies for Hamas. There's going to be a shift in terms of partnerships for Hamas. There's going to be a shift in terms of the balance of power, and then after all of that you end up getting the Ten of Wands. And Ten of Wands, as we know, it's like extremely burdensome. But here's the thing, between the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, you have, see, let me show you, we have it like this, right? King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and then the Queen of Cups. So this is telling me that the balance of support, the balance of power, the emotional maturity in handling the power, all that's going to be kind of, come up into question. And the Ace of Cups talks about new relationships, new proposals, new agreements. But again, at the end, you end up having this. So even though there may be an attempt to do all of those fine things, like, let's renegotiate, let's go back to the drawing board, it's still going to be very warlike, it's still going to be very conflicted and very burdensome for Hamas. They may vacate that particular part of the real estate, but they're just going to shift base to somewhere else. I don't foresee them really, I don't see that happening. What else do I need to know? Nobody's commenting. Did I lose everybody, or is there a stalling of the internet? The internet's fine. Let me ask a couple more cards, see what comes up, and then we shut her down. To see. We have the Emperor pop out. Think about that. This Emperor card has popped up quite a bit, right? And then we have the Five of Wands. Here we go. And then we have the Hierophant. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Then we have the Six of Wands. Then we have the Ace of Swords. And the Three of Swords. Look, y'all. This Emperor, whoever this dude is, and I'm not going to give credit for Trump at all. Seriously, I'm not. But since he's the one who's initiated this, I don't want to give him credit because I don't think he truly is the sole person who's responsible for this thing. But there are factions, there are entities, there are powers behind the scenes that have manipulated this, have maneuvered this, etc. But he's going to have a situation on his hands. He's going to actually have a big drama on his hands with his own government. Okay? And here we go, another big web in terms of finances, right? So he's going to have to go back to the drawing board and really figure out a way to come out of this situation in a positive manner, because he doesn't necessarily have it going good. He's going to have a lot of opposition. It's going to be clear, it's going to become clear to him pretty soon that he is not going to have the 100% support that he expects and thinks he has from his own government. There's some drama going on his end, and betrayal. Look. Yeah, it's not looking good for Trump either, because yes, Trump is instrumental in this. Whether I want to give him credit or not, that's my individual thing, right? But you know what I mean. So he's going to have some drama, and he is facing that drama at the moment, isn't it? In terms of, I don't know what's going on with the government shutdown, etc. But he is, yeah, he's going to get some pushback even from, the world's leaders. Six of Wands. Ten of Cups. Oh, Dr. Wands. See, he wants to be free of all. And Ten of Pentacles. Wow, look at the cards popping up for him. Father of Cups. The World card. Followed by Seven of Pentacles. No, but see, for him, for Trump, he's going to have to pull back a little bit, because he's got his own drama going on within. Gina B says, I wish I could read cards, but I have. Oh, that's good. So, he's going to have to withdraw, take a step back, because he's got his own internal struggles that he has to deal with and take care of. Otherwise, it's not going to resolve itself. And at the end of it all, the world card says things coming around full circle. Yeah, sure, things coming around full circle. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's good things. It could also be negative things. But he's going to have to fix things within his own country, his own governance, to bring things to a little bit more of a stable situation. And then he's got Seven of Pentacles. He's got to have to really, really work hard at it, because it's going to take a lot more than what he's doing to see the success. He thinks he's won. He always thinks he's winner chicken dinner. But yeah, I don't think so. He's going to he's going to have a little bit. The economics of the nation is there's more drama there. It's going to start causing a little bit more frustration, a little bit more chaos in terms of the mindset, the emotions of the people across the country. He's going to have to work at really hard to turn the tide on that. So, and I kept saying, watch out, November, whatever, things are going to be a little bit volatile. So, one last card, show me what I need. One last card. Oh, Five of Swords. Not ending on a good note, unfortunately, because situation is not looking good for Trump. Five of Swords, yeah, he's got some allegations going on about him bullying other people to do whatever he wants and stuff like that, and he's going to feel bullied also. And then you have Mother of Pentacles. He's trying to hold on for dear life, but in terms of his power, his control over the finances. Nine of Cups. Sure, wish fulfillment. For wish fulfillment for what? Show me what I need to see. Wish fulfillment for what? And victory for what? Ooh. So maybe this is a good sign. Maybe that little bit of a setback, and then he has a Seven of Wands after that. Maybe this setback in terms of, focus being drawn back to within the country to sort out drama going on inside the country, that tide may turn, but he has to focus on that. This is not a time for him to run off and try to meddle in international affairs. It's like, deal with your own situation within your own country first, type of a thing. Okay, so I'm going to stop with that, y'all, if y'all don't mind. Blessed be everybody. I know this is abrupt, but I gotta go. I got a full day ahead, so thank you, everybody. We'll pick it up again. I will do another live, now. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you all for being here, and thank you, Gina, for your support and for your generosity and for your gift. I thank everybody for being here. Now, since I know the time, right? So for me, if I start at what's the time now? Let's see. Yeah, if I start at 5:30. What time did I start? Did I start at 5:30 or 5? My time. I think I know the timing, so I can do more of these lives. So I might end up doing, today I have a conference coming up at, oh my God, I forgot, in about 5 hours. So I'm going to be a little busy with that, but I will do more lives as usual. We'll pick it up on Wednesday and then Friday again. But I think on Monday I should be able to do another live. Monday morning for me will be Sunday night for you guys in America. So stay tuned for that. We'll figure out what subject to think. Oh, it's 7:38 here. Okay. So, oh yeah, that's Dallas time. Yeah, Gina, thank you. So, yeah, y'all. So, oh, Alabama. Oh yeah. So that's about it, y'all. I'm sorry I have to end this so abruptly. So much love to all of y'all. Stay safe. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll catch up again in the next live. Okay? Thank you for now. Bye.